If you've been looking at buying a cycling computer, then you traditionally haven't had all that much choice. There simply aren't that many manufacturers involved. So, when tech giant Acer announced back in April that they were launching a product with GPS and a built-in camera, well, I, for one, was very interested indeed. And here, now, we have it in front of us. It's called the Xplova X5, and we are going to take a really good first look. Now, there is so much tech to talk about. I'm going to start right here, right now, and then we're going to get out on the bike. The first thing that you'll notice, I'm sure, is this, the built-in camera. Now, we will go into that in more detail later on when we've actually got something to film. So for now, we're going to talk other types of tech, because there are effectively two sides to this release. There is the hardware that we see before us now, but there's also been a huge investment in software, both on Xplova.com and also the Xplova Moment app. Now, this device can connect via Wi-Fi in order to marry those two sides up, but then it's also got the facility to take a 3G SIM card as well, meaning that it can connect all on its own. Now, let's start with the software, shall we? Because it's free, and actually you don't even need an X5 in order to take advantage of it. Much of it is open source, particularly the mapping, which means that you have the whole world at your fingertips. And if you do have an X5, you have the whole world available to download onto your device at no cost. Now, in addition to the mapping and also the really comprehensive route planning functions, which incidentally you can download as a GPX file if you so wish, then you also have a whole library of other people's routes available to download, because Xplova are actually building up quite the social community on their website. Then there is an event section. Now, this allows you to create and then invite people to a forthcoming ride. So far, so good, but when the ride is actually taking place, this gives you the ability to track all the people in your group in real time on a map. I want to say, so how cool is that? But I've been banned. So that is a very brief rundown of the software available on Xplova.com. Let's fire up the head unit itself, shall we? As I said earlier, it has built-in GPS. It's also got altitude and temperature. And then, again, as I mentioned earlier, it's got that port for a 3G SIM card. And all in all, it weighs just 120 grams. Now, it has a touch-sensitive screen, but it's also backed up by buttons as well. So you can scroll from right to left, but then you can also brilliantly scroll up and down as well, which means you can navigate through all available data really quickly. And the data itself is spread over three main pages. So you have the general cycling computer page, you've then got maps, and then you have your specific training pages as well. And the data can be displayed both numerically and then also graphically as well. So you can see that on the main cycling computer page there. But if we go over to the training pages, there is something quite special for those of us who might train with heart rate or power, because it will plot on a graph in real time your power output or your heart rate plotted against time or distance, meaning you can keep a really close eye on exactly what you're doing in a training session, and perhaps more importantly, find out exactly what you need to do as well. Customizing what you see on the device and where is also really simple to do. You either press and hold the function button, or you scroll from top to bottom to reveal a very simple and intuitive set of icons. Now, it also makes setting up the unit or your profile, or indeed your bike, and Wi-Fi and so on and so forth very simple as well. Now, it is a lovely day outside, so I propose that I get suited up and then we carry on this first look from the saddle. Well, let's see it in action, shall we? First of all, I guess I've got to mention the fact that the mount on the X5 is compatible with the one I've already got on my bike, which is excellent news. And then, before we get started, I should also mention the fact that I've connected it up to my rotor power meter there using AMP+. Now, both of them are capable of Bluetooth, but I've gone for AMP+. And that also means that I then don't have to use the cadence sensor that comes with the X5, because my power meter tells me that already. And then I'm also relying 100% on GPS, which I'm more than happy to do, to give me my speed as well. And then I suppose the other feature that I'm looking at right now is the built-in thermometer, because it's telling me that it is a quite chilly 10 degrees. So let's crack on. So you've seen the size of the unit, you know the weight. The screen itself is 3 inches and the resolution on it is 240 by 400. And then the battery life on the unit is 12 hours. Now, one of the most intriguing parts of this whole package is that built-in camera. It shoots at 720, but it doesn't shoot continuous footage. What it does is it will record in bursts of either 3, 6 or 9 seconds, depending on how you choose to set it up. And it will start either at the push of this button, so handily labelled record, or you can set it to start automatically at certain points. So that could be when your heart rate goes over 180 beats per minute. It could be when your speed goes over 60 kilometers per hour, or it could be when your power goes over 1000 watts. So you could conceivably record some quite interesting stuff out on your ride without actually knowing about it. And then, in terms of the storage, there's 2 gig on here, which should be plenty for, I think they said 270 clips of 6 seconds in length, plus all your ride data as well. But ultimately, although you can watch it on this unit, you're going to want to download it onto your phone and your laptop later on. Well, there is your new Xplova X5. Loads of new tech, both in the head unit and also online as well. Now, if you want to make sure you keep up to date with all the latest tech releases in the world of cycling, then there is no better way to do it than to subscribe to GCN. To do that, just click on the globe. It is completely free. And then for more content right now, if you're interested in filming your rides and making them look good, then why not click just up there? We have a video on that very subject helping you out. Or to learn how to refine your training using power, why not click just down there?